On Facebook. Oh. I say we're live.
Are we live?
I say so.
So, Brian, do you have the intro to tell everybody about muting themselves or not in the map that Brandon did? Well, we could just start. Oh, hey, Brian. Brian.
Yes, sorry. I'm bad. My bad.
Okay.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah. I'm gonna share Brandon's video for you. Is that the raise your hand video?
Okay, and have you got the map thing?
I believe it's in here.
Okay. Oh, great.
This is the one he made for tonight. So hopefully
Okay.
this has it in it. Here we go.
Okay.
My bad.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining us today. For those of you on the more interactive side of things in Zoom, we would like as many of you as are comfortable to remain unmuted during the show for laughter and applause between songs. If you are in a quiet space, meaning your phone is on silent, no dogs barking, etc., just like at a live concert, you can volunteer to be unmuted by going down to the bottom of the Zoom window to your reactions button. Once you click on that, you will see the raise your hand button. Don't worry, if there's any noise, one of the technicians will mute you if necessary so the show does not get interrupted. If you can't find the raise your hand button, you can always message the technician on Zoom. And without further ado, I would love to get the show started. Welcome to the stage, Mustard's Retreat.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. It's hard not to have control the endorphins and the adrenaline at this point. So we're so glad to see you. We hope you can stick around till the after party when we get a chance to talk again. This is a song that we've been doing as long as we've been singing together. I've got beggars on the trail, leaning a ragged railing to hold me while I'm ailing again. If I think in cold, find that mother load, I'll be back on again. You may know me when I've been blessed, and I give you a song, and I'm gone with the rest. Save a place in the corner, leave the key by the door, and I will returning for some more. But your face is froze across, long ago been frosted over, and it looks unreal. When I doubt your mind, I'm pulled along by a kind of a spirit, and it makes me feel. You may know me when I've been blessed, and I give you a song, and I'm gone with the rest. Save a place in the corner, leave a key by the door, and I will leave in jubilation. Be returning for some more. Now I've got beggars on the trail, leaning a ragged railing to hold me while I'm ailing again. If I'm thinking cold, find that mother's load, I'll be back on again. You may know me when I've been blessed, and I give you a song, and I'm gone with the rest. Save a place in the corner, leave a key by the door, and I will leave in jubilation. Be returning for some more.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you. Oh, hey, is that Keith Fleetwood I see here? It's Keith Fleetwood. You know, there's so many people here we know. I haven't seen Keith in a while. We would always see him down at Doobie's. Doobie's is Doobie's is the first place in Flint that we played. Libby is from Flint. This is Libby Glover. I'm David Tamulevich. We're Mustard's Retreat. Now we are defiantly hopeful for a whole different reason than we have been for the last 5 years. Now it's actual.
Yeah.
So
I'm giddy.
she's always.
David, could you check the turn off, turn on original sound?
It says turn off.
Okay. Thanks. Well, I might need to get a little closer to the mic or move the mic closer to you.
Okay. So so we are so thrilled that you're all here, and I'm giddy too. I have to admit. You know, we had such a good time in the Zoom pre-concert talking to people, and we hope many of you can stick around till afterwards. We'll do this concert. We've got incredible guests. We have Michael Huff, who is part of Mustard's Retreat for so long. He's going to be here in the after party. Joe Cunningham, amazing guitarist from Flint and now a worldwide known quilter, is going to be here. And Matt Watroba from Detroit, who a lot of people in Flint know. So the way this is going to work, we're going to do our concert, take a little break, do the after party, do a round robin with all those folks, and then have an after party, which just a Zoom if people want to be around and talk, and who knows, maybe we'll do some more songs or
You never know what's going to happen.
yeah, I see you got your guitar, Keith. So so 1976.
1976.
Fall of 76. We were playing at Doobie's. It was a
smoky.
It was smoky, and they had the smoke eater right up behind my head, so all the smoke from the bar would come up past us. But this was
sang this every night.
That's right. I lit out from Reno, I was trailed by 20 hounds. Didn't get sleep last night till the morning came around. Set out running, I'll take my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Well, I ran into the devil and he loaned me 20 bills. Spent the night in Utah in a cave up in the hills. Said I'll run and I'll take my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Well, I ran down to the levee, but the devil, he caught me there. Took my $20 bill and it vanished in the air. Said I'll run and I'll take my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Well, I got two reasons why I cry away each lonely night. First one's named Sweet Anne Marie, she's my heart's delight. Second one is prison baby, sheriff's on my trail. If he catches up to me, I'll spend my life in jail. Well, I got a wife in Chino, babe, and one in Cherokee. First one says she got my child, don't look like me. Said I'll run and I'll take my time. Friend of the devil's a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Well, I got two reasons why I cry away each lonely night. First one's named Sweet Anne Marie, she's my heart's delight. Second one is prison baby, sheriff's on the trail. If he catches up to me, I'll spend my life in jail. Oh, I got a life in Chino, baby, and one in Cherokee. First one says she got my child, he don't look like me. Said I'll run and I'll take my time. Friend of the devil's a friend of mine. I'll get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Well, said I'll run and I'll take my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Well, said I'll run and I'll take my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight.
Woo!
That's right. All right, so this is a song. This is a sing along. I know you all can't sing along because it will sound like horrible on Zoom, but you can all mute yourself and sing along at home because I don't think you're going to be able to resist. This is a song Libby's been asking me to do.
Libby knows.
You know, this is one of the standard songs we did back then almost every night.
Time warp kids.
Now somewhere in the black mining hills of Dakota lived a young boy named Rocky Raccoon. One day his woman ran off with another guy. Hit young Rocky and Rocky didn't like that. He said, I'm gonna get me that boy. So one day he walked into town, booked himself a room in a local saloon. Rocky Raccoon checked into his room, only to find Gideon's Bible. Rocky had come, equipped with a gun, to shoot off the legs of his rival. His rival, it seems, had broken his dreams by stealing the girl of his fancy. Her name was McGill, but she called herself Lil. Everyone knew her as Nancy. Now she and her man, who called himself Dan, were in the next room at the hoedown. Rocky burst in and grinned in a grin. He said, Danny boy, this here's a showdown. But Daniel was hot. Well, he drew first and shot, and Rocky collapsed in the corner. Well, the doctor came in, stinking of gin, proceeded to lie on the table. He said, Rocky, you met your match. And Rocky said, Doc, it's only a scratch. And I'll be there, Doc, as soon as I am able. Now Rocky Raccoon checked back in his room, only to find Gideon's Bible. Gideon checked out, and he left it, no doubt, to help with poor Rocky's revival. Come on, Rocky boy. Come on, Rocky boy. Oh man, you know, it's so vivid. Those little tables and doobies and the people with the pints of beer, the cash register going off, people playing pong in the and foosball in the corner. So Flint was Flint still is a great place. Back in the early 80s, Libby mentioned, we had a Mustard's Retreat had a radio show, and I had a radio show on much missed WFBE, Flint Board of Education radio station. It was the National Public Radio of the time, before the University of Michigan took over and started a folk festival there in Flint called the Folk Bluegrass and Folk Festival. Marianne Chick, Dave Norris may be here, other people who ran it, brought some great people. Doc Watson, we had a chance to play with Doc Watson. And so this is a festival song. Michael and I wrote this about a festival in Wisconsin, but I never knew Flint to have any camping for its folk festival. That's a crucial part of this song, but we'll still dedicate it to them, for everybody who goes to a folk festival and falls in love. It was festival night with the stage light so bright in the South Texas last year. You were dancing alone. I was in line for the phone when our eyes met and I spilled my beer. All my worries and mine seemed to flex and unwind when I saw you were laughing with me. I'd be normally shy, but the big Texas sky and the music untangled my feet. Oh, we danced in a crowd of 3,002. There was no one to shame or find fault with the wind and the crickets and the South Texas moon and the tune from an old country waltz. Then you took my hand, we'd forgotten the band, and we walked till we met your fine friends. You whispered soft in my ear, let's spend a few minutes here, but when I wink, we can slip off again. Oh, the night wind sang coolly, your friends got unruly as the conversation is scattering through. I was feeling bereft, but then everyone left when you wanted to show your tattoo. Well, I found you disarming. Your tattoo was charming, and your smile just as pretty as slide. And the rain came and went, and I found in your tent you were just a bit quirky, oh my. Oh, we danced in a crowd of 3,002. There was no one to shame or find fault with the wind and the crickets and the South Texas moon and the tune from an old country waltz. Through the changing of seasons, I thought of you then, and I wondered if you felt the same. We had laughter and magic that night 'neath the stars, but your address washed away in the rain. Now it's festival night in Wisconsin tonight. Like a dream, I found you again. So I catch you by eye, and with a wink, you reply and dump your drink on your muscular friend. Oh, we danced in a crowd of 3,002. There was no one to shame or find fault with the wind and the crickets and the South Texas moon and the tune from an old country waltz. Oh, we danced in a crowd of 3,002. There was no one to shame or find fault with the wind and the crickets and the South Texas moon and the tune from an old country waltz, and the tune from an old country waltz. You know what I forgot tonight in my enthusiasm, exuberance. It's like the show is being presented by East Village Magazine, and Jan Worth, are you here? Would you? I wanted you to say something about the magazine, and if we could just take a moment now, because we're so happy to be doing this.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man, everybody looks so beautiful. It's so nice to see everybody. It's nice that you cannot have masks for this. Am I okay? Can you hear me?
Yes, sounds great.
Okay. It's really nice to see everybody's smiles. Well, Tom Travis is here also. Tom Travis is now the managing editor of East Village Magazine, and I'm deeply grateful. And Ted and I are now the consulting editors in the background, but we've stepped back a little bit. Nonetheless, we love East Village Magazine, and many of you that are here know about this fine, venerable old black and white thing that you maybe you got at your doorstep at years in Flint. But if not, I hope you can see it at eastvillagemagazine.org sometime. Right now, we have some really interesting stories on the website that Tom has made happen. East Village Magazine started in 1976. So we've survived many ups and downs. The original founder and publisher was the venerable Gary Custer, who many of you may have known, a notorious hermit, actually toward the end, but a classic Flint character. He loved community journalism. It was his whole life. And he believed that, he called it East Village partly because he believed that because we were east of downtown, but also because he believed in the idea of a global village. And he thought that the humanity that's reflected in neighborhood life is in fact, and telling the stories of neighborhood life is in fact part of being part of the global village. So we've always tried to specialize in really good writing and beautiful photography by Ed Custer, who has been doing our cover photos for all these years. So we just are so delighted to pair up with these wonderful musicians. I've been going to see these guys since I came to Flint in 1981, and I saw them at Hat's Pub originally. So maybe you can talk about Hat's Pub at some point. So anyway, I won't say much more than that. We are a nonprofit. We want to support live musicians. So we're hoping that you will donate not just to the community journalism efforts of East Village Magazine, but also to the lives of these wonderful musicians that have had so much challenge during the pandemic. So let's all work together in the global village to make beautiful journalism and to tell Flint stories and to make beautiful music. So it's just delightful to be able to be part of this tonight. And you might want to get Tom to say hi too. He's there somewhere. So.
Oh yeah. Tom, are you unmuted?
I am now. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, great.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for doing this concert tonight, David and Olivia. It's just wonderful music so far. And it is a wonderful way for us, during this pandemic, where we're all locked in our homes, quarantining, to be able to reach out and see each other's beautiful faces and have some good vibes together. And David, I've never met you, but maybe sometime we can meet after all of this pandemic stuff.
That would be great.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody, for joining tonight.
Thanks, you guys. That was great. I didn't realize you started the same year that Mustard Retreat came to Flint.
Yeah, isn't that something? We were babies together.
That's right.
We were.
So I'm originally from Connecticut, and I came out. Michigan was quite a transition for me. I found out about one Michigan tradition though, and here's a song written by a friend of ours named Jim Beiser. Jim Beiser, he wrote this song, and this is certainly has become tradition for me. I'm heading down south, way down south. I'm gonna find me some wide open spaces. My view embraces the lay of the land. This Michigan man is off in search of exotic places. I'd go to Florida, but it's too far. I'm driving my car, ain't gonna fly out, and that is wild. Going to Ohio. Don't you know? Ohio. Ohio. Here we go. Ohio. Now some folks travel near and far to Istanbul, what a gay Paris. Let them be as they may. Half a day away is far enough for me. My restless heart is full of wonder for the land down under, the skies that lie in the big blue sky up above Ohio. Ohio, don't you know? Ohio, Ohio, here we go. Ohio, way down below. Ohio, sing sweet and low. Ohio, sing pipapo. Ohio, can't say no more. Ohio. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, we're going to address now justice, a little bit of justice anyway. I had a chance on the television to see my governor, Rick Snyder, my ex-governor, Rick Snyder, kind of do a perp walk. And that kind of gave me hope that there might be a little justice in Flint coming for the ongoing lead crisis.
Yeah, there's got to be accountability, and again, it's part of being defiantly hopeful. I don't know, it's kind of like Auto World. I don't know if anybody remembers Auto World. I don't remember anybody thinking that was a good idea when they built it, and it didn't last long. And I don't know anybody who thought it was a good idea to switch Flint's drinking water to the Flint River, but they did, and for what did they try to save? $100 a month, and so many people were poisoned, and it's not done yet. So I adapted this song. When I had my radio show over at WFPE, I got loads of great records, one by a guy named Don Lang, and he had written this song about the 3 Mile Island nuclear near meltdown. And I was trying to think of something to sing for Flint, and I thought about this song, and I called Don. I said, can I adapt this song for Flint? He goes, by all means. So we did this a few years ago. Christine Lavin made a wonderful, wonderful video for this. It's on YouTube. The song is called "Take the Children and Run," and you can find that video up on YouTube, and it's really moving. Telephone rings, have you heard the news? Carrion crows coming home to roost. Over at the plant, something went wrong. Take the children and run. They say they'll fix it if we only stay calm. Go back to your factory. Go back to your homes. Don't you get angry, don't you lose your cool. And those bosses will share their power with you. Take the children and run. Take the children and run. Most politicians lying through their teeth say there's nothing to fear except fear itself. None of them can tell us if and when it will stop. And they may come and visit, but they won't drink a drop. Take the children and run. Take the children and run. You're on the commission and you're 60 years old. You make a deal with the devil and your profits unfold. But 20 years down the line, and that little girl is in the prime of her life, and her blood cells grow wild. Take the children and run. Take the children and run. I saw people lined up in the morning haze to find enough water to get through a day. It's the lasting legacy of greed and neglect, and we know the truth, and we won't forget. Take the children and run. 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 We turn the earth in winter's shadow, knowing spring is drawing near, keeping faith with summer's promise and the turning of the year, and sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. A simple pleasure, planting gardens, picking stone and pulling weeds, a space beyond the rush and clatter, finding something that we need. And sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Mystery's not quite forgotten, something that we now reclaim down through countless generations, wind and fire, root and rain. And sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Post-industrial techno-visions tell us how to think and feel. We ignore the corporate chatter and derail their grinding wheels. And sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Knowing that we have the power, each of us in our own way, to make these moments something better. All great changes start that way. And sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. So we turn the earth and keep the promise, root and rivers, sun and air, share the harvest and remember who we are and why we care. And sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Thank you. Well, here's another song from back in those bar days. We've been singing since Libby hired me for my first job. It was my first audition in January of 1975 at the old Heidelberg down on Main Street in Ann Arbor. And really, she told the owner to hire me, but I think she just wanted to sing the songs I was singing with me, because right away she was up there. I just found an old photo I'm gonna post up there of Libby on stage in her dirndl. You know, she dressed in a dirndl or lederhosen there.
Braids. It's German. Hello. Hi, I'm Gretchen, your bartender. Just kidding.
I'm sitting in a railway station, got a ticket for my destination. On a tour of one-night stands, my suitcase and guitar in hand. Every stop is neatly planned for a poet and a one-man band. Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping home, when my music's playing home, when my love life's waiting silently for me. Every day's an endless stream of cigarettes and magazines. Each town looks the same to me, movies and factories. And every stranger's face I see reminds me that I wanna be homeward bound. I wish I was homeward bound. Home, when my thoughts escaping home, when my music's playing home, when my love life's waiting silently for me. Tonight I'll sing my songs again, I'll play the game and pretend. All my words drift back to me in shades of mediocrity, like emptiness and harmony. I need someone to comfort me. Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home, when my thoughts escaping home, when my music's playing home, when my love life's waiting silently for me. Silently for me.
Those songs, they
Beautiful. Very nice.
best of
Love it.
time. I have to
No.
say, it's just as much fun to sing them today as it was back then.
You know, my radio show had a theme song by a friend named Bob Zentz, and it kind of went, the song went, I wouldn't sing them if I didn't like them. I wouldn't like them if I didn't care. I wouldn't care if you didn't listen. There's a lot of good songs out there. Some songs are just like people I know. Some people like the songs I sing. And I never sang a song I didn't love, and no song that didn't love me.
There you go.
And that's been our motto. We just sing what we like. And we want to thank you all for being so supportive for so many years of this. And
It's very endearing when I send out the thank you notes, the stories that you tell about when you first saw the boys on the stage, and it's very, keep them coming. I really love.
I might ask you about that tonight. So here's a song for Flint. This is the title song of our last CD, but this could be Flint. Cat crossed my path today. I was restless, down and blue. I wasn't looking for an answer, I was just hoping for a clue. The cat said, learned this long ago, it's a truth that you can trust. Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the truck. Do yourself a favor and make your own luck. Like a house of cards on a windy day, like a slap upside the head. Days there for a moment, thinking about what that cat had said. Slowly I began to grin, which turned into a laugh. So I gathered up my attitude, threw it in the trash. Make your own luck if you're tired and beat. Step up to the plate, swing the seats. Divine intervention may well be the glue. But make your own luck, luck will find you. Make your own luck. Give fate a nod if you're still in the race, then you're beating the odds. To pull yourself through takes courage and pluck. While you're at it, trying to make your own luck. We all have spent time rolling down that lonesome blue highway. Sometimes it helps to visit or rent your rooms there by the day. You may find all you really need is just a little nip and tuck. Oh, life can be a wild ride, so saddle up and buck. If you're looking for change, you don't have to look far. It's not around the corner, it's right where you are. If you're caught in the rain, you be a duck. Ruffle up some feathers and make your own luck. Make your own luck, first you got to apply. Stick out your thumb, you may get a ride. In the end you'll find when it's all said and done, make your own luck, luck will find you. Looks like it might be a hard road. I'm gonna walk it with you. And I know you might have a heavy load, but I can carry some too. I will lift you up when they push you down. I will raise my voice, stand my ground. Well, it looks like it might be a hard road, but I'm gonna walk it with you. And it looks like it might be a long night, but I ain't going nowhere. And I know it's gonna be a hard fight, but I will stay right here. I will shine a light in the darkest hour. I will face the man in the tallest tower. Well, it looks like it might be a long night, but I ain't going nowhere. I will work, I will fight, I will stride in the name of love. I will speak, I will shout, I will sing to the skies above. Well, it looks like it might be a perilous climb, but I will follow your lead. And I know it's gonna be a long time till the last one of us is free. I will hold on tight, stay by your side. I will be with you for the whole damn ride. Well, it looks like it might be a perilous climb, but I will follow your lead. And it looks like it might be a hard road, but I'm gonna walk it with you. And I know you might have a heavy load, but I can carry some too. I will lift you up when they push you down. I will raise my voice, stand my ground. Well, it looks like it might be a hard road, I'm gonna walk it with you. I'm gonna walk it with you. yeah. I'm gonna walk it with you. I will walk, I will climb, shine my light the whole night through, because it looks like it might be a hard road. I'm gonna walk it with you.
Yeah, buddy.
Woo! Brian Claflin and Ellie Grace wrote that. Kind of great to see the younger generation writing songs that are classics.
I was going to sit down for this one, I guess. Well, it's Flint, you know. We tune because we care. It's Flint. I really want to sit down.
David,
Yes.
you don't have your ceiling fan on by any chance, do you?
No.
All right. Thank you.
Well, David's going to start talking if I don't do this quick. There's a price that we pay for the way that we live, and there's a price that we place on our own precious time. Some sell themselves dearly, some give it all away, something without a reason or rhyme. And the hardest lesson I learned in this life is how to get out of my way, to step into the moment, step into the light, let nothing take that away. Some sell themselves for money, some sell themselves for love, some sell themselves for pleasure or some power from above. But if my grandchildren wonder what I did with my life, I sold it for a song. Well, I don't know the answers to a single blessed thing. I don't know who we are, where we come from, or why. It just fills up the holes in my soul when I sing. So I'll just keep doing what I love. Some sell themselves for money, some sell themselves for love, some sell themselves for pleasure or power from above. But if my grandchildren wonder what I did with my life, I sold it for a song. There's a price that we pay for the way that we live, and there's a price that we place on our own precious time. Some sell themselves dearly, some give it all away, something without a reason or rhyme. End it. Thank you, everybody.
All right, so let's see, 8 o'clock. So we couple more songs, and we're going to take about a 5-minute break, and then be back with the after party with Michael Huff and Joe Cunningham and Matt Watroba. And it'll be great to talk to them and hear what they've got to say and sing. And then it'll be on to the after party.
And all hell breaks loose. Just like the old nights at Doobies, dancing on them tables. Woo!
Yeah, the first person I ever saw dancing on a table was Rick Amboy, owner of Doobies, and he's here tonight.
Foot stomp
and
music.
yeah, he was up on that table, and I think Michael got up on the table. It was one of those nights. I'm not asking much. You don't have to call or keep in touch. I don't expect you to do it anyway. There's something left, but it's mostly over. A few more lines, a little older, and a bed that's all your own at the end of the day. Part of me remembers summer wine, winter's embers, and the laughter of the children as they play. All my friends tell me, forget it, there's a new life, go and get it. Part of me remembers anyway. Well, it's sad how blind we are to things gone wrong till they've gone too far. And there's nothing that can set them straight again. And it's a funny place to stand, worn out hearts and empty hands, with your best friend there, but still too far away. Part of me remembers summer wine and winter's embers, and the laughter of the children as they played. All my friends tell me, forget it, there's a new life, go and get it. Part of me remembers anyway. Well, I'm no longer feeling sad, but old regrets are just as bad. They waste your time with little in return. That's not to say I don't remember, but it's like the sun in late November. It tries to warm you through the cold, but all the while it's getting old. And part of me remembers summer wine, winter's embers, and the laughter of the children as they played. All my friends tell me, forget it, there's a new life, go and get it. Part of me remembers, part of me remembers, part of me remembers anyway.
Thank you.
I can see that barn board on the walls of Doobies in my brain just as clear as a bell, Rick Amboy. Just want you to know you didn't realize
Good memory.
that could be etched in someone's memory so many years down the road. But
So, and somebody asked about Hat's Pub.
oh yeah, the old brass rail, holy moly.
So, yes, there was the brass rail, and Bob Sippert, who used to work at Doobies.
Yes, Rick, you were so generous to just share everything along the way.
So Bob, walk down the back alley behind Doobies, and you get to cross the street, and there was Hat's Pub, and we used to play there as well. And Libby was a bartender there, and
It was just wonderful. I was raised working in downtown Flint. My grandmother's best friend owned Catherine Stevens' shop on Harrison across from Uncle Bob's Diner. So I was in and out of that Capitol Theater building a lot from the time I was very young. I was hired on as soon as I could as a gift wrapper during holiday times. And then I worked there all through high school. So I was no newcomer to downtown Flint when I did bring the band down in the 70s. I was just so glad to see that there was live music happening, and then it was all just icing on the cake after that.
Bob Sippert was like the meanest bartender, and we all loved him.
Yeah.
yeah, it's one of those things. A lot of characters,
It was his
characters in
shtick.
Flint.
And he'd do anything for you. It was his shtick. He's funny.
So one more song, then we're going to take about 5 minutes, and then be back with the after party, and hope you can stick around for that. And yes, the donations, we're splitting tonight with the East Village magazine. So whatever you can give, if you can't, that's fine. These shows are always free. We just love to see your faces and have you show up, and if it means something to you, then that's the biggest reward. But if you have a buck or two, keeps us in rice and beans, and that's
Explain how they do that again, just to be sure.
the what?
Could you explain how people donate, just to be sure?
I'll be putting up the links right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the chat. You can pay via PayPal or Venmo, or if you want to just write a check.
And you get a thank you note.
Right, you write a check, and that's what I generally do these days. So I'm still doing that. My address is there, and now what is that? That looks like Doobies up there. That picture. Keith. Oh, Keith Fleetwood. Oh. So there is a picture of the stage at Doobies. All right, Keith, we're going to ask you to put that.
That
put
was
that
Joe
up again.
Cunningham.
Oh, put it up again.
That's Joe. That's Joe Cunningham.
There's Joe, yeah.
Gwen
Oh,
Marston.
man.
I don't remember the bass player's name, but that's Joe right there. That's the young Joe Cunningham. We'll see him a little bit later.
Wow.
And Gwen
Wow.
Marston. Remember Gwen?
Nice picture, Keith.
That's correct.
Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. No room in this heart for fear. No judgment day drawing near. Trust that inner voice you hear every day. Life's not a goal or race. It's about heart and faith and living a life of grace every day. Ours a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. Trust is an open hand, making an honest stand, rooted here in the land every day. Live in the mystery, seeking the harmony here between you and me every day. Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. Ours the simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back.
So 5 minutes.
Don't
We'll
go
be
away.
back, and I hope you all stick around.
I think what I'll do is mail the check. Well,
It's now.
Okay. Back again. You know, I'm just trying to
We can see everybody.
just see everybody. Oh, hey Jeff. Oh, look at that. Our jar of marbles. He knows he knows my weakness here, being a marble collector. So, Jeff, glad you could make it on. Nice. Got so many people here to say hi to. Edna, Jewel, Joan Small, Carrie Shore. So, yes, I could keep talking, but I'm not going to, because we have such special guests here tonight, and we're so excited about having them play and talk to them. So, for the first person we're going to have tonight, and Matt, you were not here earlier, but we're going to go Michael Joe Cunningham, and then you will wrap it up, and then we'll go around again. So, without further ado, our longtime partner in Mustard's Retreat, Michael Huff. Lots of people ask about him. Now he can talk for himself about what he's doing.
Woo!
Yep.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah, Michael.
Hey, Mike. So good to see you.
Yes.
For inviting me. It feels great to be invited to this, and got a signal from the guitar there.
Hi, Michael.
Yep, it's sounding good. You could turn up a little. You could turn your overall volume up a little.
All right, I'll do that. So, yeah, you know, it was really fun to listen to David and Libby sing. You know, I used to play parts of those and sing parts of those, and I dropped out of the group because my lady Cindy was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and suddenly I was. I mean, you don't always get a choice. She didn't. You know, it wasn't her choice, and it wasn't her fault, and just something that happened. So it was my thing to take care of her, and so I did that until she finally passed away this June. So I'm still where I took her. I took her down to Tucson so she could be near her daughter and her grandson. And so I'm still here because of this is my man cave. I'm kind of hunkered down here waiting for the opportunity to get my shots. So I thought, thank you for inviting me. I mean, you know, to play for the East Village magazine is a real honor. I'm glad to be part of this. And so I thought I would sing a couple of Michigan songs. I'll sing one of them right now, and if I have a chance, I'll read a poem, which there's a fun story. So there's a fun story. I'll talk about that in a bit. But first, I'll sing this song. This one is called "We're Going Down to Paradise on a Sled," and it's about as far from Tucson as you could be, and still be in the lower 48, because this is a UP song. Michigan's the only place in the world that has paradise, nirvana, Valhalla, and hell. Michigan has all those, and so I had to make a song that had all four of those in it. Long straight winter highway, and I'm driving down the side. You got to do it my way. Let's pack it up and ride. We got black ice on the blacktop and snow drifts dead ahead. We're going down to paradise on a sled. We're going down to paradise on a sled. The wind is off Superior and sunset's turning red. I want to feel arms around me, all safe and warm in bed. We're going down to paradise on a sled. Well, I've been through hell on a dirt bike and to Valhalla too. I even reached Nirvana paddling my canoe. We come from Whitefish Point now with all our goodbyes said. We're going down to paradise on a sled. We're going down to paradise on a sled. The wind is off Superior and sunset's turning red. I want to feel your arms around me, all sit in bed. And we're going down to paradise on a sled. Well, you can't see where the road goes, but I don't care about that. It'll bog down your four-wheeler, but not my Arctic cat. I got frost up in my face mask and music in my head. And we're going down to on a sled. We're going down to paradise on a sled. The wind is off Superior and sunset's turning red. I want to feel your arms around me, all safe and warm in bed. We're going down to paradise on a sled. One more time. We're going down to paradise on a sled. The wind is off Superior and sunset's turning red. I want to feel your arms around me, all safe and warm in bed. We're going down to paradise on a sled. We're going down to paradise on a sled. We're going down to paradise on a sled.
Woo! Thank you,
I could sing that here in Tucson and nobody would understand it.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Well, here we are, our next guest. Joe Cunningham has been a friend of mine for 40 years, I guess, ever since the Doobie days. And not only is he just the greatest gift to music and guitarist, but he's a rock star in the quilt world. He's Joe the Quilter. And so, ladies and gentlemen, please, Mr. Joe Cunningham.
Hey.
Yep. Hang on.
Am I here now?
You're here.
All right.
Hey, Joe.
Hey,
Hey, Joe.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Joe. We already got a complaint that you don't have any quilts with you.
Oh man, I'm visiting my friends Fred and Heike up in Santa Rosa, where they moved about an hour north of the city of San Francisco, where I live, and I have lived since 1994. So, however, 7 years now. I moved out here late 1993, and I met Carol the mate and decided to get married and have kids, and that's what we did. And now my kids are all grown and have moved back to San Francisco, and I have a studio there. You know, it's where I make quilts, and then I travel all over. I used to. Like everybody, I had gigs. I traveled all over the world with quilts and doing lectures and classes. And that all got canceled this year, so I've been teaching online a lot. I play gigs once in a while. During COVID here, I've been, I work with my friend Joshua Raul Brody, and we do a concert on the porch above his garage. So we're socially distant from everybody every Thursday afternoon in San Francisco. So I keep playing, but playing's a sideline for me now. A few years ago, though, I wrote a bunch of songs about Michigan and about Flint. So I thought I'd play a couple of Flint songs, Michigan songs. This one is, this is going to be called Michigan Winter. It goes like this, a little something like this. Driving home, you see the smoke cloud so tall and dark and gray. And you hear the sirens coming from far away. Looks like it's over on your side of town. That'd be a shame if your neighbor's house was burning down. It'd be a shame your neighbor's house was burning down. This winter in Michigan. This winter in Michigan. Then you see the red trucks all over your driveway. They're hanging up the ladders and putting the hoses all away. Looks like some charcoal just thrown out in the snow. Where are you gonna go? Yeah, where are you gonna go? This winter in Michigan. This winter in Michigan. The fire chief said, boy, when we got here, it was almost gone. You're lucky that you weren't home. He said, what don't kill you might make you strong. Or it might come back and kill you later on. Cousin Bobby's got a deer hunting cabin in the woods outside of Clare. Can fill up the freezer, then just sit and stare. Wonder where she's at, what she's doing tonight. Come spring, it might be all right. Maybe by the spring, things will be all right. After this winter in Michigan. This winter in Michigan. Yeah, after this winter in Michigan. This winter in Michigan. Goes like that. Thanks.
Thank you, Joe.
I want to hear Matt now.
Yeah, so, all right, well, and hopefully we're going to go around. Everybody will stick around. Next, we're going to have Matt Watroba. Matt Watroba, he used to play in Flint a lot, and we'd be playing at Doobies or Hats, and he'd be playing at the other one. And we used to run over to see it was just a zip down the alley. And when we took a break, we'd go see each other play. So, Matt, you set here.
Oh, man. Joe, how are you, buddy? So good to see you in so many years. Wow. And you still remember all those guitar lessons I gave you, man. Like that would ever happen. So good to see so many of you. Jewel, great to see you, Jewel. I hope all is well. Michael, as always. Meg Skinner, great to see you, Meg. Great to see Phil Shapiro. Wow, hi, Phil. Fellow folk DJ. Nancy Clark, all kinds of great folks in the audience. When I was playing in Flint, it was back at around 1981, 1982, right when things were really starting to fall apart over there, and the people were so wonderful. I played there with a duo, my friend Chris Davio. Together we called ourselves Phoenix, and this was before really I started really getting into radio and folk music. It's really where I learned how to do this. And Doobies was the first place we played. Hats Pub, but then they built the Hyatt, right? And then Churchill's moved in, and we played that joint a few times as well. But nothing but fond memories of Flint. And for some reason, as these memories start flooding over me, this song is the one that pops out from that era. And since I heard David and Libby do that Simon and Garfunkel song so beautifully, I think I'm going to channel my partner, Chris Davio, who lives down in Miami, Florida. So you'll have to imagine his voice singing about America. As long as you're muted, you can sing your hearts out. us be lovers, we'll marry our fortunes together. I've got some real estate here in my bag. Ooh, so we bought a pack of cigarettes, Mrs. Wagner pies, and we walked off to look for America. Kathy, I said as we boarded a Greyhound in Pittsburgh, Michigan seems like a dream to me now. It took me 4 days to hitchhike from Saginaw. I've come to look for America. Laughing on the bus, playing games with the faces. She said the man in the gabardine suit was a spy. Oh, and I said, be careful, his bow tie's really a camera. Toss me a cigarette, I think there's one in my raincoat. Sorry, I had to laugh because back in the early 80s when we were at Doobie's one time, I sang that line, toss me a cigarette, and all of a sudden, cigarettes came pelting to the stage. That was before they were $2 a piece, though, I think. I wish I had them now. Toss me a cigarette, I think there's one in my raincoat. We smoked the last one an hour ago. Ooh, so I looked at the scenery. She read her magazine, and the moon rose over an open field. Kathy, I'm lost, I said, though I knew she was sleeping. Empty and aching, and I don't know why. Counting the cars on the New Jersey Turnpike, they've all come to look for America. They've all come to look for America. They've all come to look for Now, you know, we used to hang out with a girl named Kathy and her friend Debbie McFarlane, who was a great singer. Are those guys still around? Does anybody know about Debbie or Kathy?
Debbie was just singing at the farmer's market parking lot.
Oh, no kidding. Cool.
Times it was fantastic.
Kathy was a nurse, I think, but I don't remember
Yes.
her last name.
Yeah. She's
You
still
remember her,
doing it.
Joe?
Her voice is fabulous.
I think Kathy Pilara.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
I think she lives in Tennessee now.
Boy, that McFarlane could sing her ass off. I'm so glad to hear she's still doing it.
I know I was going to try to get a hold of her for tonight, and I just didn't have the time. But another time.
Yeah, she sang
Wonderful singer.
songs in the farmer's market parking lot. We were having these open air things on Fridays. She sang like 2 or 3 blues songs. It just like put it all together. It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Right. So, Michael Huff, we'd love to have another song from you.
Please.
Yeah. Are you?
I had to unplug myself here. So I'm not muted now, right? And I think I'll take an opportunity to read this poem. It's a poem because it's just so new. It's actually a song, but it's so new that I have no lyrics for it. So I'll tell you the story of this. Somebody was a fan was talking with a member of their family on the telephone, and the family member said something, except they didn't know what it was that she had tried to say, and they said it sounded like butterflies over Mackinac. That's what they thought was being said, and they didn't understand what that was, but they sent it to me because they said it sounded like one of my songs. Now, is that a challenge or what? So I wrote. I mean, I pondered that for a day or two, and then I thought, well, I should write the doggone thing. So I've written the tune. I've written the words, but I have no tune for it. So, and I changed it just slightly. The title of it is "Monarchs Over Mackinac," because the monarchs actually do migrate and they fly across there. So this is called "Monarchs Over Mackinac." So here's the chorus. It goes, "Monarchs over Mackinac, an inspiring sight to see. 5 miles of cold blue water with a wind that's wild and free. Sometimes the waves get higher than the transom of the girl, but butterflies over Mackinac means all's right with the world. I was on the deck of the Morning Girl on the Straits of Mackinac, running stingers on downriggers deep with the wind from the north shore. We were hunting Chinook salmon and we had 6 in the boat. It was early in September. Yeah, it was great to be afloat. I always like to fish with John. He really knows the lake. He always keeps his fish hooks sharp and his boat is in good shape. Oh, he knows where to find fish, but how he never tells. And he knows when to run for shore when the weather goes to hell. Monarchs over Mackinac, an inspiring sight to see. 5 miles of cold blue water with a wind that's wild and free. Sometimes the waves get higher than the transom of the girl, but monarchs over Mackinac means all's right with the world. I was watching all the rod tips when a monarch butterfly lit on my rod and rested there and fanned its wings at me. Yahoo, said John, we got fish on, and he said it with a smile. Then a big Chinook took another hook and we were busy for a while. I'll tell you that we really caught fish that fine September day. The monarchs fly to Mexico and we bless them on their way. They can rest aboard the Morning Girl till the wind is at their back. Butterflies over Mackinac bring a fisherman good luck. So that ought to be a song. Now, do I get to sing one or is it somebody else's turn?
No, go ahead and sing one.
All right. So this is another UP song. I just decided to sing, all kind of Michigan-related stuff because most of or at least some of the members of the audience are from Michigan anyway. And I miss you. I miss everybody. It's great to see all the people we've worked for and the people that have hired us and the people that have booked us and the people that have come and listened. It's great to see you all. This song is called Tioga's Bar. I still haunt the place where we all used to go. There was Richard and Kathy and Stacy and Joe. And of course me and Karen, we never went far. We would all get together at Tioga's Bar. Tioga served truckers and loggers and such. You could get a big dinner and it didn't cost much. We would talk of our dreams and then watch shooting stars as we walked down the sandy roads home from Tioga's Bar. Oh, we hear all the time that good things have to end. Maybe that doesn't apply to old friends. You could send me a postcard wherever you are. It'll get to me here, care of Tioga's Bar. Richard died at Quezon. The lake took old Joe. Stacy went looking for work in Chicago. The parking lot's filled with tall weeds and dead cars, but I know we will all find our way back to Tioga's bar. Oh, we hear all the time that good things have to end, and maybe that doesn't apply to old friends. You could send me a postcard wherever you are. It'll get to me here, care of Tioga's bar. Yeah, we all seem to scatter when times got so rough. And me, I can't drink any more of that stuff. There's a silence at midnight in a field of cold stars, and no one but ghosts here at Tioga's bar. Oh, we hear all the time that good things have to end, and maybe that doesn't apply to old friends. You could send me a postcard wherever you are. It'll get to me here, care of Tioga's bar. Oh, we hear all the time that good things have to end, and maybe that doesn't apply to old friends. You could send me a postcard wherever you are. It'll get to me here, care of Tioga's bar.
Thank you, Michael. I love that song.
I have to tell you, it's a real place, or it was. The first time I ever saw it, we drove past it in the summertime, and there was cars in the parking lot, but the weeds between the cars were this high, and the cars, some of them had flat tires. It looked like they had not moved in a long time. And that's, it's like Cindy was driving, and I said, stop, she went back. I got a picture of the bar with the cars in the parking lot, and the next time we were there was wintertime, and the snow was that deep. This was up in the UP near Marquette, I think.
Unison.
Anyway, the snow in the parking lot was that deep, and it was that deep in the pickup trucks' back ends, and it was the same cars. The same cars that we had got in the picture before with the summer weeds were in the parking lot with the winter snow, and it was the same cars. So that's where that idea came from. And unfortunately, the next time we went by, it was burnt. It was burnt down. So it's gone now.
Well, thanks, Michael and Joe Cunningham. So why don't you tell people a little bit about your journey from playing in Flint and living in Flint to becoming a
rock star in the quilt
really,
world.
a rock star in the quilt?
Well, when I hear David and Libby and Michael and Matt, the sense memories of those years at Doobies and in Flint, we were all so young, and we were trying to be great, right? We were trying to do something great. Wow. So one night I was playing at Doobies, and a woman introduced herself to me and said that she needed a guitar player for some folk music gigs. Excuse me. And her name was Gwen Marston, and I played some gigs with her, and then it's a long story, but she introduced me to quilts. And I got interested because she was interested in quilts. And so I got interested in them. And we decided to team up and start making quilts and playing music at night. We had a band then called the Subtle Family. And so we were also playing doobies and hats a lot at that time. The East Village magazine was happening. There was the poetry collective, Joe Matusik and Josie Kearns and Danny Rendelman and Jan Worth was among them. And it seemed like there was a whole bunch of us, my friends Ken and Valerie, the photographers. We were all, there was like stuff in the air in Flint at that time, it seems to me. And anyway, Gwen and I started our journey, and we stayed together. We built a house up on Beaver Island and wrote a bunch of books together and traveled all over and had people come from all over the world to study with us on Beaver Island. And so then when we split up and I moved to New York City and then Vermont, and played music for a couple of years, and then eventually moved to San Francisco for a job as a quilt writer, and started making quilts again on my own. And that's what I've been doing ever since. And I've written a few more books, and I just recently rented a new studio, which is right on Market Street in downtown San Francisco, where it's an art gallery. And eventually I'm going to be able to have people come in for shows and stuff. And I have a workshop there, and I teach classes online. And you can find out, my website is Joe Cunningham Quilts. It's not hard to find.
Well, that's fantastic. That's just...
I'm lucky.
I put it in the chat for you, Joe.
Oh, thanks. I'm really, really lucky. So when I met Carol LeMaitre and got married, she was one of the directors. She's a dancer that danced with an organization called The Residents, a way out rock art ensemble, and danced all over the world. And then when I met her, it was at the end of that dance career, and she was a director of a rock and roll music school. And so through Carol, I've met lots of musicians in San Francisco, and I've ended up having a musical life there. Not a whole lot. I'm kind of busy with quilts, but I continue to play and continue to write. And I write a bunch of songs, and I wrote one recently, and I said it's about Flint and about my dad working on the assembly line and everything. And my wife and my kids, who are all musicians, my sons are both musicians, they all said, all your best songs are about Flint. That's all you should ever write. So that's what this one is. It's a brand new song, just in the last couple of weeks.
Not on my phone.
And it's called On the Assembly Line. A blanket of gold fell at my feet when I was out walking. I wiped my boots on it till they were clean. I didn't care who was watching. A bluebird of fortune sang in my ear when I was out walking. I pulled my hat down so I wouldn't hear a thing my own voice talking. I'm always standing so tall down at the Pocket Strip Mall, where I could watch it all unwind on my way to the assembly line. It goes something like that. There's a second verse in there. It goes like this. That's great. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one much better trod. Only much later I heard that the other one led straight to God. A tree I'd never seen before had my initials carved in the side. I could even make out the day I was born, but I couldn't see the day I died. Standing so tall, on my own 2 feet, up and down Saginaw Street, I could see every single sign on my way to the assembly line. I push my rock 10,000 times a day. I I push my rock and you push yours, and we'll see who makes it all the way. I should feel blessed, and I try to do my best, but it feels like I'm just doing time on the assembly line. I should feel blessed, I'm doing my best, but it feels like I'm just doing time on the assembly line. It's a new song.
Oh man! Thank you, Joe. Thanks. What?
Thank you all. Thank you for having me. I really appreciated it. Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll do it again. And
all right.
And Matt Watroba, how about giving us another song here?
All these Michigan songs, I thought maybe it was time for one of my Michigan songs here. About an hour and a half south of Flint, where I live, down in Detroit. There used to stand this place on the corner of Michigan Avenue and Trumbull that meant a lot to me. And then, of course, they tore it down. They left it there as a big hole. Now, I try to explain to people across the country when I play that usually when they tear down a baseball stadium like that one, in New York or someplace, they build something right away in its place. But that's not the way we roll in Southeast Michigan. No, sir. We let it sit there, dilapidating before our eyes for about 4 or 5 years, and then we tear it down, and then we let the hole sit there for about 4 or 5 years, and then we finally build condos. That's the way it works. But one day I was driving home from my radio show that I did at Wayne State University for many, many years, and looked up at the old place that was still sitting there. The fences were down and the place was dilapidated, but it brought back a million memories of my dad and going to Tiger Stadium. And this song crossed my mind. I went home and wrote it. You ever just forget the first line? I got it. I drive on through the broken gate, past the booth now still and dark, where once the cars were bathed in light spilling over from the park. I flip my keys to Jim or Steve, find my seat and have a beer. But this old house is coming down. They used to play baseball here. The stadium has moved downtown, leaving nothing on the street. They traded in a neighborhood for a corporate box or suite. I know it's good for business, that point has been made clear. But this old house is coming down. They used to play baseball here. Game days we would stand outside in a line curled round the block. But Gracie's eggs were worth the wait, and I loved the baseball talk. I'd marvel how the morning hours would somehow disappear. But Gracie's place is coming down. They used to serve breakfast here. New joints out on exit 5, you don't have to stand in line. They traded conversation for a convenient place to dine. I know it's good for business, that point has been made clear. But this old house is coming down. They used to play baseball here. I know we're moving forward, and I guess we probably should. But there's a cost for what we've lost when things are gone for good. The barber shop near Gracie's was a gathering for guys. Between innings on the radio, they spent hours spinning lies. A ring of smoke, a dirty joke for over 40 years. Saturdays are not the same. They used to give haircuts here. The new salon stretch on and on. Walt's place was cramped and small. They traded in a gathering place for a cheap cut at the mall. I know it's good for business, that point has been made clear. But Saturdays are not the same. They used to play baseball here. In this old house, it's coming down. They used to play baseball here. Thank you.
Yahoo, Matt.
Beautiful thing.
God, what a great song. What a great song.
Thank you.
Well, you know, we're getting on to 9 o'clock. We have so Libby and I are going to do a couple more songs, and then hopefully people will stick around and chat. And yeah, what a wonderful night. Thank you, East Village Magazine, for
Thanks, East Village.
making this possible.
We love you guys. We're so pleased to have done this with you.
Thank you. Well, this is a song for, seems like most people in the arts are mostly volunteers, whether it's supposed to be your living or not. So this is a song Michael and I wrote many years ago on our way down to Kerrville, Texas. Well, Jenny is a baker. She works all night. She smiles like an angel on her mountain bike. She made the cookies. They taste just right. Jenny is a volunteer. Well, they open the halls in the afternoon. They help performers to stay in tune. They'll be cleaning up by the light of the moon. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Help them put the chairs away. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And this is a sing-along. Well, there goes Spike, he's seen it all. But he's the one who let the curtain fall. I was changing clothes on a moon, you all. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And Kathy's the one in the yellow pants. She loves the music and she sure can dance. And with her computer now, she writes grants. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Ever put the chairs away. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And then there's Andy. He works the sound. A thunderstorm's coming and he looks around. He's all patched in, but he's lost his ground. Let's hear it for the volunteers. Oh, and for the money, cause they work for free. It's a great dysfunctional family. It's all for the music and the company. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Help them put the chairs away. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Help them put the chairs away. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Let's hear it for the volunteers.
Thank you. Flint, it's so nice to be on your stages. I've been on them since I was a kid, and it never ceases to be a thrill to come back home. And 10 years ago, when I decided to move back to Michigan from the South, I Gee, I'm sure glad it turned out the way it did. This is just lovely. Seeing all of you in the same room, especially during pandemic. And I know that pretty soon we'll be able to get together and hug each other in person like we really want to. But until then, I want you all to stay safe so that we can all be together at another time. This is a school class reunion song written by John Gorka.
Yeah, it's Libby's 50th reunion this year.
Mm-hmm. Holy moly.
No, I didn't drink. I didn't sleep a wink. Last night, I went back in time. There was a party, the reunion kind. The boys were all in ties. Some were in disguise. The hairlines and the frames of men were not as I remembered them. It didn't matter much that we never kept in touch. Talk of work filled the in-between, back to the time when we were 17. Here's to the faded blue and gold, and here's to you, my friends. We're all right now, we're all right then, we'll be all right again. There was a book of names and pictures of the same, and we saw familiar ones among the names that are forever gone. And time had not undone the girls I had crushes on, though all of them are married now. I found my heart was working anyhow. I laughed and reminisced with the girls I never kissed. The school years were not all misspent, and the good times were no accident. Here's to the girls who danced with me, who never did back then. You made my night when you held me tight, and you stayed until the end. Here's to the faded blue and gold, and here's to you, my friends. We're all right now, we were all right then, we'll be all right again. We're all right now, we were all right then, we'll be all right again.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the great memories.
Really, this.
It was just a lovely night.
Well, shall we do this tomorrow night again?
There's something real about all this, even though it's Zoom, that is very visceral for me anyway. I just want you to know I'm getting a lot out of it, and I hope that you are too.
Well, we are. We want to thank Brian Dozer for the tech tonight. You know, thank you, Brian, for doing all this. And again, I want to thank the East Village Magazine. And if you want to, Brian, if you can unmute everybody now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's
Well, then we'll end the stream first, and then I'll unmute everyone. Is that best?
Yeah, that, you know what? Actually, leave the stream on. I'm gonna run through gallery view so I can get a picture of who all is here. Just so I'll be able to look back later and say, wow. You know, I didn't get to talk. So yes, yeah. So you're all going to be up there on YouTube, and it'll probably be well later tonight. But we'll send.
There's Lindsay and Dave.
So yeah. So Brian, we're all set, and you can.
Wendell.
Wendell. I've been here the whole time. Oh, I can